Welcome. Glad to see you. I'm Dr. Johnson, and I'm here to talk to you about well, I was talking to somebody yesterday about vegetable filtration, replacement of water, and basically what I decided I would do is just draw a picture and help you understand how to replace water. This actually would have two different functions, and I'll show you both of them. So there's two folks that this would benefit. If you have a formal pond with no plant material in it, then obviously you're missing out on phylodena, you're missing out on plant agglutinins and other toxin removal, as well as nitrate reduction, and possibly even the growth of food you could actually throw into the pond for the fish to eat on. They love hyacinths, but pull the roots off. Um, so it's basically an external tank that you would raise plants in, and then you would flow water through the tank for a couple of different reasons, most of which we just talked about. But there's some folks in the world that have source water that's terrible. It has a lot of chloramines in it, high ammonia levels coming right out of the tap, silts, sediments, dirt, tannins. Florida gets a lot of water out of peat bogs, and so it has ammonia and tannins in it. And a lot of that can be removed with vegetable filtration. So this would be one way of what we call lagooning water before you put it into the pond. And it uses constant water replacement, which is a favorite of mine. I'll show you this. Basically, if you see on the left, you see the hose bib connection. That comes in the kit that you get with the drain irrigation, the drip irrigation system. You go to Home Depot and they have a very inexpensive drip irrigation system. It has everything you need in it. And it goes through a 1/8 inch drain irrigation line, or a drip irrigation line, and that goes to the side of the tank. On the side of the tank, if you wanted, you could hold it in with an emitter. See the picture of the emitter? That's what they look like. The emitter cuts your flow. It can do half gallon an hour, whole gallon, 2 gallons, 4 gallons, whatever, to replace the water, and just runs wide open, and then the emitter cuts down the amount of water you put in. On top of the tank that you're flowing into, you would have hyacinths or water lettuce floating there. The roots that hang down in the water purify quite a bit. They capture sediments and various background pollutions, use nitrates and all the benefits there. Also, those roots sustain the growth of phylodena, which is a bacteria eater, believe it or not. And as far as bacterial removal, phylodena is just as effective as a UV, if not more. Another plant you can use under the water surface is anacharis. What's cool about that is, like in Georgia, you could use hyacinths and azolla, or hyacinths and water lettuce all summer, and then when those die back in the cold weather, you could just throw a handful of anacharis in there. It loves winter, and so you could have vegetable reduction of nitrate all year round. On the right side of the picture, you see a standpipe, which is nothing but PVC. It could be 3/4 to 1 inch in diameter. Consider this. I mean, you've got water inflow through an 1/8 inch irrigation line, so it's not like you have giant flows to get out through what doesn't need to be a giant standpipe. And then the standpipe goes through the bottom of the tank through an Aquatic Ecosystem's bulkhead and back to the pond by gravity. Let me talk to you a little bit about the Aquatic Ecosystem's rubber bulkhead fitting. It's cool. You drill a hole, and this fitting is made of pure neoprene, and you push it into the hole where it fits just tight. There's a measurement chart that they give you down at the AES, and you push that in there so it's a snug fit, and then you force the PVC into that fitting so everything's pressure. The best benefit of that is when you move or bump into the standpipe, it doesn't break your bulkhead. If the rigid screw-on bulkheads get jammed, they'll break, and then you got to replace it or the system leaks out. With the rubber bulkheads, you can flex all that, and they do very, very well. So this is a lagoon system for water replacement, but there's one more use for it. I'll be right with you. There's another use for it. If you have this set up for water replacement, you could also pump back from the pond. You could pump back from the pond with a moderately slow pump, and it would go in, not through the standpipe, but it would go in on this side through another pipe, and just flow water from the pond through that system so that it would reduce nitrates that way. It basically would be recirculating your pond water through your vegetable filter. So I like that. So that's the general idea of lagooning water and using a vegetable filter in your pond. I think it's covered. I'm going to put another video up later today, and that is, I can't remember, but I'll think of something, and I put one up every day anyway, so we'll cover it. I appreciate you coming in. I'm going to leave the camera running, and then and then we'll see you with another installment a little bit later today. Thanks a lot.